Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I'm going to show you how to forge one of our oak leaf blanks. You can find these blanks over our website, blacksmithpdfs.com, and the link for that will be down in the description. So the first step in forging one of these blanks, we're going to pull it out of the fire here. As you can tell, I'm using a gas forge today, just to get a nice big broad even heat across the whole piece. I'll be using a fuller, and now this is probably, I would say this was like an 1/8 inch radius fuller out on the very edge of this. I know it looks like a large slitting chisel, and in fact it used to be, but then I went ahead and ground it down, dulled it off basically, and turned it into an 1/8 inch fuller. So I like to work with the chisel working back towards myself, so this way I can see where I'm cutting to, not where I'm cutting from. That's kind of key for accuracy and getting a really nice straight line. If you cut away from yourself, a lot of times your hand blocks the cut where you're cutting to, and it's really easy to get it crooked. So after I chisel in the center vein, or fuller in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add some straight lines to the side. Now you can get as realistic with this as you would like, or as figurative. Here I'm shooting for more of a simplistic, for a more modern design. You can go more realism if you like, and add a bunch of little veins and things like that, and texture and all those sort of things. For this particular bowl though, I really wanted to keep it really simple for a nice modern contemporary look. The other thing that I'm doing here is I'm not actually connecting the lines themselves to the center line. I'm leaving just a little bit of space open, and you'll see why that is here in just a second when we transfer over to the Swedge block, or the V-Swedge on the Swedge block. Get another heat here real quick, right after we brush it. I like brushing after my heat is over, just to make sure that I don't have any hammer blows or weird marks that I need to straighten out. Now we're on to the V-Swedge. If you don't have a V-Swedge, you could just do this over, say, the gap in a vise. So set your jaws open slightly in a vise, and you can hammer down between them. This can also be done in a 90-degree V-Swedge in the anvil top as well. And this is also not completely necessary. You could just chisel the lines into this and then go ahead and dome this thing into a dish. I decided I wanted to go the extra mile and create a vein down the center to give it just a little extra pop and interest. So there you go. You can see how that's starting to form. Next heat, we will be over at the anvil, and we will actually tighten that line up. This is very similar to like fold forming bowls. It really gives a nice dramatic look to a leaf. So now I'm getting set up for the heat here. You'll see me pull this out, and what we will be working on now is we will actually drive this home now and fold it completely in two. And then I'll be focusing my hammer blows almost like as if you were trying to bevel a knife's edge in a way. I'm trying to crisp up that very outside vein, or that will eventually unfold and become the vein. So I'm trying to crisp that up, that bend, and kind of square it off a bit. And then as we come to the end of the heat here, I'm going to use the corner, or the edge of my anvil, which On my particular anvil, I like having my anvil with sharp edges, nothing over about a 3/16 radius on them. So most of my edges are right around an 1/8 inch radius. They're really handy in opening these leaves back up. If you do decide to do it this way, you may choose to use, say, a hot cut hardy and start opening the leaf that way, and then go ahead and finish it on your anvil edges like you see me doing here. The big key thing is to keep the vein, the center vein, in line with that anvil edge, and don't accidentally scoot it off track and then end up hitting, getting a bite mark on the sides of the leaf. So you really want to keep that center line intact. So the next heat, we will go ahead and open this up just a wee bit more. Alright, now I have switched to a rawhide mallet. I'll be straightening this right on down, just flattening it against the anvil top. Now I'm not trying to hammer out the vein that I just done. That's why I'm using this soft mallet. So this way the back vein will stay intact. If you hammer down with a regular hand hammer, you will bludgeon that center vein to death and probably flatten it right back out. Again, we want this center vein to be a feature in the finished vessel, just like you see it there. Now on to the fun part. We'll come back over to the dishing part of the swedge. You can do this in a cupping tool. Again, I'm using the soft face mallet to dish that right down into that swedge. This particular swedge block is about a 5-inch diameter circle. So it works really good for this particular size project, and it gives it a lot of depth in that way. Now you can also use a wooden block as well. It just takes a little bit more shaping, and you kind of have to freeform it just a bit more if you don't have a steel swedge block. So after I get my main form in, while I got a little bit of heat left in the stem, I'm going to go ahead and shape it down because I don't like it sitting straight up. And then I will also shape the tip down. And that's about it. So I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you to all of my channel members for all their great support. And if you found this video helpful, remember to hit a like and subscribe for some more content. That's it for today. God bless each and every last one of you, and we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.